Good.
Th- Thanks, Steph. All right, well, good afternoon. Welcome to Dr. Mack's February member meeting. We have a full agenda today, so let's dive right in. To keep us aligned, Steph will start with a quick mission review and some essential housekeeping items.
Yeah, thanks, Colleen. Welcome, everyone, and a special welcome to those who are joining us for the first time. At Dr. Mac, we take a multi-level approach to eliminate mobility barriers using education and advocacy as our primary tools. Our mission is to overcome mobility barriers through education, collaboration, and advocacy to enhance the quality of life. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and type your name and organization into the chat. We kindly ask that everyone stay muted unless you're speaking, but please feel free to use the chat as needed for questions, share comments throughout the meeting, and you can also use the virtual hand. You can raise your virtual hand to be called on. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, we'll go ahead and move on to some Dr. Mac introductions, some team updates, and Latoya will get us started with that.
Thanks, Steph. So I'm Latoya Prenti. I'm the development manager here at Dr. Mayak. Been here almost 6 years now, so it's crazy. I'm working it. I wanted to talk about some volunteers and intern opportunities. We have tons of stuff that are available for volunteers in many different ways, whether it's virtual, in person, or hybrid. And we're also accepting interns. We, fortunate enough, have an amazing one now, and we'll continue with her through next May. But we're definitely open to a couple other folks. So if you know somebody that's interested in doing some internship here with Dr. Mac in the transit world, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Steph?
Hello again. I am Stephanie O'Neill. I'm the program manager here at Dr. Mac. I don't have many updates to share now as I do later in the meeting, but I wanted to mention our two trainers that aren't in attendance today at the meeting, but we have Linnea and KG, who are both of our bilingual Dr. Mac travel and tech trainers. So if you see either of them out and about, be sure to say hello. But
Hello.
exciting progress with them. They've been crushing it and have been getting some good trainings on the books. So yeah, Maria.
Hi, my name is Maria Griffin. I am Dr. Mac's Marketing and Program Coordinator, and I love to invite you all to join our online community. Our platforms are a mix of advocacy, education, and community. We are always sharing the latest updates on how things like sidewalk repairs or RTD changes affect your daily commute. While also shouting out our local partners like Via Mobility and Mobility for All. It is a space where we share event alerts to get you truly involved in the conversation about how our city moves. And we want to make sure you have every resource you need. So please follow us and let's make getting around Denver Metro better together. Arthur?
Hi, everyone. I'm Arthur. I'm the Outreach and Development Coordinator. This year, as sort of, again, as we're already into February, we're working on collaboration with the community. So if you see me in your inbox or you want to collaborate yourself with us, please definitely reach out. We're just looking for all sorts of different ways, including things like neighborhood meetings, as well as our usual events and that sort of thing. So. And I can put my email in the chat in case anyone has anything particularly interesting they want to reach out to. And next is Marissa.
Hi guys, I am a intern this year with Dr. Mac, and I am doing all dipping my toes into each department, trying to learn as much as I can and just be a sponge. So I've been back for a couple weeks, getting into um, more shadowing Latoya and everything that she has going on, and as well going to be joining Arthur on some outreach stuff. So I'll definitely be seeing everybody out and about in that setting as well.
All right. So, for those who don't know, each year we have an LCC luncheon where everybody comes in person. We have hosted them in the past 2 years in January. We are going to switch gears and we are going to host it on an RCC meeting day, and that'll happen March 4th. Usually we'll do it on a third, which is a Tuesday, but we're going to do it on the 4th, which is a Wednesday. That will go from 11 to 1. and it'll be at the Ford Warren Library in Denver.
Again.
So please make sure to register. You can RSVP here on this QR code, take a picture of it, or reach out to me directly and let me know. We can make sure we get you in. And I did want to take a minute to just really explain the importance of why a local coordinating council in the first place. So the local coordinating council meetings, they really matter because transportation just isn't about getting from point A to point B. It's really about whether people can live their lives with dignity and independence. For many of the counties that we serve, especially the rural and underserved resourced areas, transportation options are limited and providers are stretched thin. We all know that in this transportation world, right? So the LCC meetings, they really give people a place to come together, talk honestly about what's working, what's not, and figuring things out together instead of trying to do this alone. These meetings are especially important for older adults, people with disabilities, and low-income residents, folks who are often the first to feel that impact with transportation systems fail short. So when someone can't get to the doctor's appointment or can't get to a job interview, a grocery store, a community event, that affects ripples far beyond just transportation. So the LCCs, that really helps make those voices heard and those needs addressed. The LCC meetings are also helpful for organizations that are local as well as agencies that support one another. When partners share updates, resources, and ideas, I think that not only does it avoid duplications, but it also allows the limited funding to stretch further, right? So just as importantly, they are building relationships, trust, something that just can't be done from an email. So one of the examples I have is MedRide and Ride2 are two providers out there right now. In an LCC, they came together, met, had conversation, and collaborated to the point where they're not crossing paths too much. So I think that that's a great way to really see it from a agency perspective, right? Just making sure that we're having consistent bi-monthly space to really keep that momentum going. It allows counties to learn from one another, hear from regional and local speakers, ones that we didn't know about before, really staying informed about changes and opportunities in the transportation world within your counties. And another example would be the RCC meeting we're having for this luncheon. And so I really encourage everybody to come to this. If you haven't, if you have, you guys know how successful they are, and really look forward to seeing you guys again this year. So please just know that this LCC is critical and it's important and it's essential for each county. So if you are not involved in an LCC, I really highly advise you to go ahead and sign up for one, and then just come to the luncheon and learn some stuff and eat some lunch and, network. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Latoya. All right. So if you've been in one of our member meetings before, you are probably familiar with what we're about to do next, but we are gonna move over to Menti to get some feedback from you, whether you are a current member, if you have never been a Mac member before and you're here, we want some feedback from you. So if you could join the Menti presentation, you can either scan the QR code up on the screen with your phone, or you can visit menti.com and enter the code that is on the screen. It's 83275959. And if someone else from the Dr. Mac team could paste that in the chat as well, that would be helpful. I'll leave the slide up for a few seconds just so everyone can get over there, and then we'll go ahead and get started with that. Okay. All right. And I can't see anyone anymore, but we're full screen. Can see it all. I don't
Looks
hear a
good.
no, so okay, cool. Perfect. Well, it looks like some of you have already joined, but our first question is just if you are a returning or a new Dr. Mac member in 2026. Again, totally fine if you're here and you are neither. That's okay. Welcome. But just curious so you can kind of gauge for the following questions who's who. So, welcome to our new members and welcome back to our returning members. Another new member, welcome. I'll give this question another like 15 seconds just to make sure everyone can join. I think we're pretty close to everyone if we're not already there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next question. So this one's kind of an open-ended, it's a word cloud. So what's one word that comes to mind when you think about being a Dr. Mac member? Again, even if you're not a member right now, it's helpful to know what you think about it, just so we can kind of get some feedback on what it means to you to be a Dr. Mac member. Ooh, I like all of these
Yeah, I
words.
was gonna say I love these.
Yeah, collaboration, equity, innovation, supportive, share, connection, advocate. Yeah, these are all very in line with our mission. So this is exciting to see that you all think think about this when you think of Dr. Mac membership. Resourceful. Um, Great, awesome. Sweet. Well, yeah, that was exciting. That was nice nice to see. Um, yeah, I love all of these responses.
That's a social media screenshot if I've ever seen one. Everything goes after that. Thank you all. That makes my heart beat. Yeah, that's how you see it.
Especially when community is so big, community being a big one there. I think that's important. That means we're doing our job firsthand. So
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next one here. So this one's kind of like a ranking. But what do you currently get the most value from as a Dr. Mac member? So the options are advocacy, programs and services, networking with other orgs, or honestly, not that much right now. And that's okay. It's anonymous. I don't know who's saying what, so if you feel that way, that is okay. This is really just meant to get some feedback from you all. So yeah, please answer honestly and openly. So far, it seems like networking with other orgs has the most responses, which is,
That's
again, good
interesting.
to hear.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, give it another 5 or 10 seconds here to get some more responses there. None for advocacy, which is interesting. Programs and services got some, and then yeah, I appreciate whoever said honestly not much right now. Appreciate the honesty.
And just to add a little bit of context around this one, I think as a government organization, I didn't pick advocacy just because, having those advocates is important, but is not necessarily at the top of our mission typically, right? There are a lot of
Right.
competing interests that we're navigating there. And then in programs and services, actually, after I clicked networking, I was like, wait, the programs and services are super impactful. And I guess I was thinking through. I'm not necessarily the one who is engaging with your programs and services, but I think they do really benefit Centennial residents. I'm thinking specifically of the training programs and then the new Transit to Table program. So just wanted to call those out. And then because I'm not the, end user, those didn't jump to the top of my mind, but just wanted to say I do appreciate them.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
helpful, Melanie. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, move on to the next one here. Um, Here we go. So the next question is about what makes it hard to stay engaged with Dr. Mac. So options are not enough time, oops, not sure how to get involved, content maybe isn't super relevant to my work, or I didn't know that engagement was expected from membership. So again, a little bit of an honest question, but it's always helpful to kind of understand how you all think about membership, and I appreciate the feedback and Sarah, your comment in the chat as well. There's some more context. Yeah, not enough time is a very valid one. I think we
Yes,
all are
we
very,
get
very
it.
busy. So, um,
Um, and if you don't want to answer, I don't want to call anyone out, but I would, if you feel comfortable, like to get some more context around the content isn't relevant to my work.
Yeah, that was me, and I was actually just putting it into the chat. But
Okay.
the reason that I picked that one out of these three is I feel like Dr. Matt covers such a big area, a geographic area, and so sometimes the presenters that we get at these meetings maybe aren't as relevant to my specific pocket
Mm,
of the market. And so just thinking through, in terms of timing and meetings, and I want to stay super involved on those topics that do touch Centennial residents, but they're also sometimes that the topics are a little bit less relevant for me.
thank you. That's very helpful. So if I'm hearing you correctly, we need to expand where our presenters, the locations, the geographical
And
areas that they're
and I would say that
coming from.
that's I feel Centennial is also covered, right? It's just, sometimes the two presenters are from Arvada and Westminster,
Mm,
and so that meeting is just a little bit less relevant to me, which is totally fine. And expected given all of the markets that Dr. Mac serves.
that's helpful. Thank you.
Melanie, do you feel like with the information we give you in advance from those meetings that you're gathering that information prior to attending enough
Yeah,
of a time to be like, oh, okay.
yeah.
I think that's also my mind immediately went to the local coordinating councils across the metro area of like maybe that's an opportunity for those LCCs to like pull in those specific smaller, communities that really focus on like Centennial, for example, and then maybe like bring them into these meetings as well if there's something that's like really exciting or new or relevant to share it with the broader community too. So yeah, thanks everyone for sharing on this one. Go ahead and move on. The next question is, which of the following membership events would you be interested in? I can't make any promises that any of these will 100% happen, but it's nice to know kind of what y'all are interested in. So we have an in-person happy hour, virtual coffee chat that's not really super structured, just kind of an opportunity for everyone to kind of get together and chat about what they have going on, and network. And then a travel training field trip to Union Station. I don't know. Well, actually, some of you have been members for quite a while, so you may remember that I think it was usually the August member meeting. There used to be a field trip down to Union Station or start at Union Station and take one of the RTD lines to the end of the line and back just to kind of all get together and ride the train for a bit. I know I did that when I first joined in 2021. I remember Andrea was there, and I
Yeah,
think we did the
I
N
was
line.
there.
I don't know who else was there, but
I was there.
oh yeah. Yeah, Jamie, I see your hand.
Yeah, what might be more applicable this year is maybe do a field trip to the new BRT and East Colfax.
Oh
I
yeah.
know,
Yeah,
I
that's a good
know,
idea.
I know that the ACPD, which is a Disability Committee on RTD, it's in their work plan to do some training because it is a change of behavior. It's going to be different, and not just for seniors, but people with disabilities and the general public. So instead of
Yeah.
Union Station, we may want to pick BRT this year.
Yeah.
Just a
Okay.
suggestion.
Yeah, no, that's a really good idea. Thank you for bringing that up.
Write it down.
All right. Another couple seconds, but yeah, it seems like a lot of people are interested in that field trip. And then the virtual coffee chat and then the in-person happy hour. So, um, cool. Yeah, this is good info to have for our planning for this year. The next question is, what would you like more of from Dr. Mac? So, kind of going back to like a few questions ago a little bit, but talking about like the value that you get from Dr. Mac, but We could maybe some practical resources that you can use right away, some trainings and learning opportunities, more clear ways to take action or give input, more community connections, and then advocacy updates. So I know a popular answer from that question was that there were a lot of like networking and community connections that you get from your membership. So I'm curious to see how this one shakes out. And also, I can't see, I have two monitors, but both are taken, so I can't see the chat. I think I see things popping up, but if someone else from the team could
Yeah,
field questions in the chat, that would be awesome.
I'm trying to watch this chat. It's just been comments so far, I think. Gotcha.
So yeah, it
Do you
seems like
want to,
training. What was that?
do you want me to read the comments too, Steph, or just questions?
If just, I think just questions for now, anything
Okay.
that's relevant to answer. Um, it seems like training and learning opportunities is the top one, and then clear takeaways are clear ways to take action and give input, and then advocacy and updates, clear takeaways, community connections, and then practical resources that you can use right away. So this is also helpful as we, I think, ramp up for another year of all of our trainings, and I think trying to think of cool ways to offer things to our members in kind of different like training opportunities. That's good to know. So, all right, we'll move on to the next one here. I promise that I think there's only a couple more, so we're almost there. But I really appreciate all your feedback. So, and this question is asking, what are you most hoping to get out of your Dr. Mac membership this year? So we've kind of asked similar questions along this vein, but it's an open-ended one. So if there's something that you haven't seen as a pre-selected choice, and you're like, I really I really want this to be a benefit of Dr. Mac, or I really want to get this out of it, now is your chance to provide that feedback. So the first one here, knowing how to help those in need, but are hard to reach. So yeah, I think that's a very very important one because there's so many people. There's such a large area, especially like even within our service area, those more rural counties. Everyone needs transportation. It's just a matter of figuring out how how we can help bridge those gaps and get them the resources that we need. So. Information that helps us to promote transit. Definitely, we can definitely do that. Better community inclusion for the people with IDD that we serve. Definitely. And with this too, like if anyone, I'm reading these out loud and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. But if anyone either in the chat or separately, if you want to follow up an email and you have like any specific ideas of like maybe we could collaborate on this, or maybe like if you want to be like super honest, like Dr. Matt could do a better job at this. Here's how, like, here's an idea of how you could do that. It's all the feedback is super helpful and beneficial to us because there may just be something that we missed or, are not thinking about right away. So, yeah, any feedback is helpful. I'll give another, oh, more coming in. You all hit send right at the same time. Someone said looking forward to hearing more about Dr. Mack's work, and identify how Hop Skip Drive can be of any support, especially with transportation needs for vulnerable student populations. Yeah, definitely. I know that I personally have done some presentations and trainings at some schools throughout the metro area, and they mention Hop Skip Drive. So it's good to know. I'm always pleased to hear that y'all are out there and active, but definitely we'll continue to keep that going. Collaboration to help shared clients obtain transportation to promote independence and support to get to medical appointments, definitely. Along the same lines as the other comments, community engagement opportunities. Good Son getting their guides to senior centers, libraries, rec centers, and refugees. Yeah, definitely. We sort of do that in a capacity already, but I think maybe doing it in more of like a targeted, focused approach could be helpful. Um, increase community-wide transportation services and education, definitely. And then continued community building and resource sharing. We are much stronger together. Trainings to continue prioritizing access for everyone at HFC. Yeah, I think we you said it, we're definitely stronger together. So I appreciate all the feedback and all the support. We
Jamie
appreciate all.
has a comment in the chat that I think we should read out loud, Steph. It says, I
Yeah.
think people want to have an opportunity to weigh in on hot topics, i.e. front range rail, increasing, oh, wait, let me pull it up, can't see, increasing on-time performance funding, etc.
Yeah, I agree. I think we've like done meetings in the past, sort of almost like a lunch and learn format, but more of like a round table type conversation. We've done it with like Uber in the past, so I think yeah, bringing that back to the front and doing things like that where we can all kind of give our thoughts and feedback. I like that idea.
This, sorry, Steph, one more time, and then I won't interrupt it anymore. But I see a comment from Hop Skip Drive,
Mhm.
and um, we are definitely gonna need some support as we revamp our travel training for high school students. So I would love to, Steph and I maybe connect with you after like at another time so we could see how maybe we can incorporate Hop Skip Drive in that, if possible, in that curriculum. What do you think, Steph?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can connect after this. Right. Next one is what areas. So this is kind of a similar question. So if you don't have too much too much feedback for this one, that's okay. But what areas do you think we should be focused on this year? I know we had like talked about bringing some like hot topics to the table, prioritizing community connections, programming, and learning opportunities and things like that. So again, if there aren't too many thoughts on this one, that's all okay. Inclusivity and access on demand. Yeah, I know it's a big change. Yeah, definitely. BRT training. Yeah, definitely. I think especially if we do the that like field trip that Jamie was talking about, I think it would be helpful in including that in like our travel trainings and just doing maybe some kind of like a specific meeting for that could be helpful too. Bus safety training, especially for people with disabilities. Yeah, I like that. I did a presentation late last year, I think, and it was at a school, and there were a lot of questions about bus safety specifically for students with disabilities and kind of, what to do in this situation, what happens when I don't know, what happens in this situation and kind of, figuring those things out because it is different. And I think knowing what to expect prior to going into the situation getting on the bus is important to know. Tracking any changes in state and federal transportation slash or funding slash priorities, first and last mile, and then how to obtain an EMT wherever needed. Yeah, I think these are all very very important and good things to keep in mind for us this year. Equitable access to transportation, definitely. All right, I'll give another few seconds for this one, but I'll move on after that because this one's pretty similar to questions that we've asked. All right, and then this is the last one, and then you are relieved of your mentee duties. What suggestions do you have for improving the overall value of your Dr. Mac membership? So, I know we had kind of asked in the beginning what you find most valuable, but Curious if there's anything you think we can do to kind of increase that value. Maybe you're a part of a different like membership organization. You're like, this is the best thing ever that they have this as a feature. Dr. Mac should totally offer this, or things like that that maybe you, I don't know, you're thinking about that maybe we aren't. Highlighting the people that we serve. Yeah, I think that's a good one. We do just to not to be like, well, we actually do that, but we do. If you are a member, we reach out to you to see if you would like to um, do one of our like member spotlights at our meetings. So every meeting we invite a member to talk for about like a few minutes, just kind of updates on what they're doing and spotlighting them and things like that. But yeah, definitely we can do that a bit more. Yeah, Jamie, I see your hand
Yeah,
raised.
the reason why I put that in there is that I think you might have been hearing stories about RTD having to diversify funding and might have
Mhm.
to be going back to the electorate for more funding, whether it be a sales tax or an other type of tax. So a lot of us advocates are trying to promote RTD because the only time RTD gets publicity is when something bad happens. But we don't,
Hmm.
but we don't see that day-to-day senior, going to
Hmm.
get their hair done or
Right.
going to a play or, I see a lot of seniors on the bus, but nobody ever interviews them or says, do you
Hmm.
do you feel safe? I see seniors on the bus all the time. They don't feel threatened at all.
So
Hmm.
So I
what?
think the next year we really need to start focusing on telling the story of how RTD serves our community in a positive manner. Because
Hmm.
without that, it's going to be very hard to sell getting more money for RTD because that money would be used to increase frequency, increase safety, all the things that everybody wants. So
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to put an anecdote why I put that highlighting the people we serve. We need to see more pictures of happy
Hmm.
people with big smiles.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I think that's a really valuable perspective too. I think we we try to in our I'm just thinking in like our travel trainings, I've done little like mini interviews of folks and we have some feedback that we've gotten over the years of, now, after like travel training, I can use RTD to get to wherever it is, a library that I wasn't able to do before, and I feel really confident and safe and everything. So yeah, just I think increasing those types of stories, I think is a really good thing to do. Because you're right. I think anytime I see RTD in the media, it's not not great. Um, Someone said would be curious to hear major trends from the INA line, any needed destinations, days and times. Yeah, I think it's a big priority of ours, and I think also figuring out like where um what it's being most used for, like you were saying, the destinations and things like that of are people going to like the grocery store most often or medical appointments, and if so, like where, and the time of day and things like that. So we can definitely work on getting that together. More involvement where necessary. It's very cheap, so the value is high already. Thank you, I appreciate that. um Perhaps a space for questions or a panel at meetings. We can definitely arrange that. Can't think of anything right now. I feel like the membership is very valuable. Thank you. Help promote Dr. Mac services to the community. Um, cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I think we got a lot of really good feedback from this. I appreciate all of your opinions and thoughts and comments and everything, because at the end of the day, membership is it the members are what you make up Dr. Mac and all of the work that we do, and there's so many valuable partnerships and everything that come out of it. So I really appreciate all of your feedback, and it means a lot. So, with that being said, I am going to pass it back to Maria, and we're just going to do a quick walkthrough. I know that a lot of you are already familiar with the program, so we just kind of wanted to highlight all of them again for those who are new, and hopefully maybe if you don't already know about one, maybe you can utilize it and share it with your network. So I will pass it to Maria.
Thanks, Dev. And thank you everyone for your participation. That was very exciting to see our organization through your eyes. It really does give us an opportunity and some ideas to grow and to just plan for the year so we can make the best of it for you. And this is probably one of our most popular programs, but we wanted to remind everyone that whether you are heading to a medical appointment, grabbing groceries, or just traveling across town, we are here to take the guesswork out of your trip by pinpointing the exact transportation services that fit your life. Our Information and Assistance Center, commonly known as INA, it's really an effective way to provide solutions rather than just giving you a list of phone numbers. We really try to tailor these referrals for every rider. Uh, and we try to make sure that everyone can reach us, which is why we make sure that we offer assistance in many languages to interpretation services and can even stay on the line for us to transfer you to the um, resource of your choice. If you need hand, our team is available Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. To offer you support. You can reach Dr. Mac staff member by calling or texting 303-243-3113 or just by hopping onto our free live chat in the bottom right corner of our website.
All right. Thanks, Maria. I'm going to talk quickly about our travel training. So, as many of you already know, Dr. Mac, our travel training program, we're headed into our 5th year of training. Exciting. But this program really aims to provide our community with access to tools to help avoid traffic, increase safety, improve air quality, really just navigate the area and the community with confidence. So, we have 3 different classes. We have an RTD Basics course, overview of transit resources, and then an Uber and Bird class. We cover things like trip planning, map reading, how to buy tickets, where to buy tickets, how to get on and off the bus, different discounts that are available. And we offer classes both virtually and in person in English and Spanish, and then we can accommodate for other languages as well. And then at the end, I was kind of talking a little bit about it during the mentee, but we offer a field trip where we take folks from the training location down to Union Station where they can actually apply the things that they learned in the classroom. Because I don't know about any of you, but I'm a big learn by doer person. So it's really helpful to actually be able to, validate a ticket and figure out how to get on the bus with, one of our trainers who can kind of direct you. So it's a really, really cool tool. And this will also, our travel training will be changing slightly. I'm sure some of you have heard at least that Bird and Lime will be leaving Denver in like early summer in like May, and will be replaced by another service called VO, and they'll have some different mobility devices, like a 3-wheel trike, like electric scooter and things like that. So our travel training will be changing slightly. So a good opportunity too if you've done travel training in the past and you want your community to learn more about the new services, that will be a good time to get some more training set up. So then we have our tech trainings. This is one of our newer programs, but it's definitely very popular. And it's really meant for folks to feel more confident, for those who maybe have smartphones that were like given to them and they just aren't really entirely sure how to use them or what to do with them. They might feel overwhelmed just because technology is really complex and everything's changing all the time. So the program's meant to show you how to download apps, delete apps, manage your device, secure your data, use online payments, scan QR codes. It's really kind of covering all of those things. So similar to our travel trainings, we offer both in-person, or sorry, we offer only in-person classes currently, but we offer them in both English and Spanish, and then we can, of course, accommodate for other languages as well. So, yeah, this is, like I said, this is becoming a very popular class of ours or series of ours. So it's exciting to see that the community is interested and we're getting some good feedback from it. So yeah, if you haven't already scheduled this series, I would recommend. I'm biased, but I would recommend. And now I'm gonna pass it back to Maria to talk a little bit about our Transit to Table program.
Thank you, Steph. Dr. Mack, we understand that transportation should never stand between you and a healthy meal, which is why the Transit to Table initiative was designed to break down barriers by providing free rideshare options to those who need them most. If you need a lift to the groceries, this program is here to bridge that gap through a fast and accessible process. Everyone is welcome to apply by simply completing a quick form on our website to get started. Once this application is accepted, Dr. Mac issues an Uber voucher directly to you, providing immediate access to reliable transportation so you can get to the store without food bank without the stress on or of transit hurdles. And I'm very happy to say that this program has been successful. We have processed many applications since this program started. So if you would like to have more information about this, or if you are a food bank that would like to participate in this program, please reach out to us. Thank you. I'll
Yeah.
pass it back to Steph.
Yeah, thanks, Maria. All right, so I'm gonna quickly talk about our Dr. Mac membership as this is a member meeting, so we gotta talk about that real quick. But I just kind of wanted to yeah, we just wanted to share that recap just as a reminder of what your membership makes possible. Your, like I was saying earlier, your support is really truly the driving force behind every ride we provide, every connection we make, every travel training or tech training participant that's empowered, really just any barrier that's broken in our community. So because of your commitment, we don't just offer services, we're able to actually make a real impact on lives. So yeah, that recap is as much as yours as it is ours, and we're proud to have you as we are able to transform our transportation across the region. So this slide just kind of quickly recaps. I feel like we're always sharing, the benefits that you get with your membership and everything, but just kind of wanted to give everyone, an actual like visual of here's what your membership can actually do for the community. So I won't read through all of it, but
Bless you.
the $25 individual membership can help someone, get an Uber ride to a food bank or a medical appointment or a community resource that they would have missed otherwise. Helps with like, immediate transportation, bus tickets, things like that. $100 organizational membership helps fund multiple rides. So, if someone has a recurring appointment that they need to get to, that can help cover that and just really relieve the stress that person may face otherwise. It helps cover some of our learning material for our travel trainings that we offer for free. We don't charge anyone for those, but just helps cover, the back end of things with our learning materials and stuff like that. And then a $500 business membership, the big one. This one really, I mean, this one just goes quite a long way with, going with like the Uber rides, having, if someone has a recurring, like I was saying, recurring medical appointment or, things like that. They just need to a job, maybe even to get that employment so that they can kind of get that in motion. Really helps with that. And just supporting the long-term independence of that individual. Yeah, and just helps kind of continue our programming and expand things across our community. So your membership benefits not only you, but it benefits the community too. So something to keep in mind. Yeah, just wanted to share that. And then we do have, we had it last year, we have it again this year, but we have our Dr. Mac membership resource page. This is found on our website. So if you are a Dr. Mac member, you'll have access to this member exclusive page. It's a password protected platform where you can network with other members. You can, there's like a contact directory with everyone in there, upcoming events, and there's a discussion board in there. So if you have questions or need help, you can post that, and then the other members will be able to help out there as well. So yeah, I encourage, if you're not already a Dr. Rec member, I encourage it. There's a lot of cool things in there. So yeah, I am going to pass it off to Colleen.
Thanks, Steph. So we are proud to feature the Denver City and County Aging and Protection Division, a vital force in our member network. I don't believe Heidi is here. I didn't see her. Have
Yeah,
you?
I don't think so.
She's here. Okay. Well, since Heidi won't be here to give an update, I'll just say we have worked with the Denver City and County Aging and Protection Division for quite a while. They're longstanding members. A lot of you know Olga, or you've been in meetings or have had some conversations with Olga. She's wonderful. So Heidi is kind of stepping in to take on that role, if I understand it correctly. But they're really a good community partner. We've done group INA calls for them where they have some of their clients who are non-English speaking, and we were able to kind of bridge that gap to where they were uncomfortable reaching out to us for INA or services. And with the help of the Aging and Protection Division and their bilingual caseworker, get them the help that they needed. So we are so appreciative of this partnership. And next, I'm going to talk about the RTD tap and pay slide. I know a lot of us have been waiting for this. So we mentioned this in our last meeting, but in case you missed it, RTD is introducing Tap and Ride, a new and convenient way to pay for your bus or train fares on RTD. Simply tap your contactless credit card or debit card or your mobile wallet, Apple Pay, Google Pay, or Samsung Pay directly on the validator when you board. And this brings me to my favorite part of the meeting. We're going to reserving the remainder of their time for you. There's an opportunity to share upcoming events, new programs, or key announcements with the group. The floor is yours. Please feel free to unmute, use the raise your hand feature, or submit your updates directly in the chat. Just want to know what's going on in everyone else's world right now that may benefit the rest of the group. Oh, Sarah, you're quick. Let's see.
Oh,
What did you
thank
say?
you. Yeah, I put them in the chat and then I can also explain more. Um, but yeah, thanks, Colleen. And then yeah, there's one more event that I can paste in the chat too. But um Nick Aguilera joined our team and Jessica Vienna Sanchez left our team. So bittersweet. Um, Little note there, just so that you guys know. Her last day was February or January 30th. Um, and then we have an annual report and program cut sheets. They're being finalized. My coworker Maya's doing that. And then those will be available soon. And then also Boulder County is working with Gilpin County to see if they can contribute funding for the mountain rides, because their funding, I believe, was cut a little bit. I'm not really familiar with that because I'm not in those meetings as regularly as some of my other coworkers are. But yeah, that's some updates. And then I'll paste in the chat. There's a live event. There's a couple that are coming up. One is February 26th and one is March 19th. February is in Boulder and March is in Longmont. And then there's the info on that. Hopefully that worked. But yeah, it'll be a live event just at the CPWD Center for People with Disabilities, and we're going to help connect people with live so that they can better afford access on demand.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be really cool. I hope people can come because I'm really hoping people sign up because it's really important. But yeah, that's all from me. Thanks, guys, for
Mm. We,
indulging me.
we always love to have you and listen to your updates, Sarah. We will definitely share
Oh,
out
thanks.
that information too,
Thanks, Colleen.
of course.
Awesome.
Thank you, Sarah.
Mm.
I did
Yeah.
chat with the Instagram for Mobility for All, so
Oh,
you can
good.
share those flyers with us. We will really love to share it in our platforms.
Yes, I would love to. And I can also send you the social media squares that we
Perfect. Yeah.
put. Yeah, I can send all of that to you guys. So yeah, that sounds great.
Sarah, do you have I don't want to put you on spot if you don't have it handy because we
No,
can
you're
also
good.
find it, but do you have the Boulder mobility or the mobility for all LCC schedule? Can you put in the chat or tell everyone when those meetings are held for Boulder County?
The Mac one, I can check.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Mac one.
I can check. Yeah, the Mobility and Access Coalition. Because they keep changing it. Let's see. I know that the Mac, I think it's Tuesdays now. Let's see.
Well, we
Trying to
don't want to
find it in
put you
my
to work.
calendar.
I'm sure
No, you're
Latoya
good.
has it.
You're good. I'll keep looking for that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I can come off mute and just say I want to make sure everyone knows who Hunger Free Colorado is. And I'm here representing Hunger Free Colorado. My name is Graciela. And we run a statewide hotline that provides folks with food resources, but we can also help folks apply for food stamps over the phone or SNAP. And we can help folks renew their food stamps or their SNAP over the phone and submit any changes, periodic report forms. We can do a lot of that over the phone. So I'll go ahead and put our website and our hotline phone number in the chat. We also have like in-person outreach sites that we're at, a couple of different areas of the state throughout the week, but definitely like our hotline is available. Most things can be done without the person having to like go anywhere. Yeah,
We are
thanks for
so
coming.
happy to have you. Thank you
Thank you.
for joining. Melanie?
Thank you. That sounds like a really fantastic program. Normally, Centennial has some sort of event to share. I don't this month, but we are working with Arapahoe County on a microtransit study, and we're just getting to the phase of planning our engagement and our outreach. So probably at next month's meeting, I'll have some good updates for you on timing for engagement for that Arapahoe County plan. And then I had a second thing. I don't know, it'll come to me. I'll put it in the chat.
Thank you. Who are the community partners working on that plan, Melanie?
It is most of the jurisdictions within Arapahoe County. It's led by the county itself, and it
Okay,
has some funding through CDOT.
got it. Well, that's good. It's needed. So,
And
Arapahoe
the second
County has
thing
grown
that I was
fast.
going to say, yeah, since you asked about the Boulder County LCC meeting, I wanted to offer the Transit Solutions of Arapahoe County. Our next meeting is on Thursday, February 19th at 1 p.m. So happy to share
Thank
more
you.
details about that if anybody is interested in attending.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to check the chat here to make sure I don't miss anything, but is there anyone else?
Yeah, I did find the next MAC meeting. And that one's on the 18th, so it's right before theirs. So it's on the
Okay,
18th Wednesday from 1 to 1:20 p.m. And then the registration link is boco.org/MAC meeting. And that's where you can register for all of them. but I
Thank you.
can't seem to find. Yeah, and there's some that are in person and some that are virtual. Most of them are virtual, but there's some in person, and I can't seem to find like which ones are. I mean, I know this next one is virtual, and the in-person ones are often like in the summer and spring.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I think we have the info for all of the LCCs on our website.
Oh,
Um,
awesome.
Soon
That's
too, so
awesome.
hopefully, yeah,
Oh,
folks can
cool.
go there
Okay.
too to check. Appreciate you looking that stuff up for us, though.
Yeah, of course.
I also
Sarah, did
wanted
you?
to, sorry, I wanted to highlight real quick that on our Getting There guide, we also have additional resources like housing and food resources. Hunger Free Colorado is one of the resources listed in those list. So if you're looking for transportation information and then you want to add, food resources to your search, you can find it all there.
Thanks, Maria. Jamie?
Yeah, there's some legislation coming up at the Capitol.
Mm,
There's some sponsors that want to change the take rate for Uber and Lyft. So if you're not aware, when a driver drives for Uber or Lyft, they take the fare, it goes to the company, and then the company reimburses the driver at a certain percentage. So when they first start out, the percentage is pretty decent, maybe 60-40. Then all of a
mhm,
sudden it's 70-30, and then it's 80-20, and all of a sudden these guys are making minimum wage. So
mm,
there is a bill,
That's right.
and as soon as I get some numbers, the bill number, and some more details, I can share that with one of you, and you can, talk to, send the emails out to other people if they want to support that. Because our theory is that a happy Uber driver is a productive Uber driver. And
absolutely.
considering how much they contribute to our society, the disability and elderly, we want to keep those drivers happy. And yeah.
I wasn't aware of that. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
That is really
I wasn't.
helpful.
I'll look for it, Jamie, also.
All right, Bob. I think I got an email today, but I didn't have enough time to read it. But yeah, well, Bob and I will make sure you get all the information you need on that.
Thank you.
The other
Yeah.
there aren't any other major transportation bills right now. The problem is funding. So anything that requires a large ticket, it's not going to get anywhere.
Well, I think we are feeling the effects of that. Yeah, I think that's just across the board. Funding, funding, funding. Thanks, Bob.
But most of the work that's being done right now, as you see, is funding that has already been allocated from various other sources uh, on various roads. And everywhere you go, there's work being done.
Mhm.
So that's a good sign. So, but the money is going to dry up soon, so we got to
Yeah,
make see what happens.
yeah.
The only thing I
Be
have
creative.
The only thing I have to say too is that I try to look at the glass half full, and when I look at the metro area, we're so diversified when it comes to transportation. We have so many providers where other communities might be depending on one or two. So
True.
I think we can get through this time. It's going to take 2 or 3 years to get through it, but I try to look at the glass half full because Dr. Mack is the reason for that, letting people know that there's more than just RTD, but there's other
Hmm.
resources. So keep up the good work because this is what makes this front range special, is that we have diversity.
Thank you,
Like,
Jamie. We
yeah,
appreciate that.
thank you.
And I do want to say, kind of segue from that, we have been awarded another grant that will allow us to also provide services in the smaller urban areas. So we hope to grow that provider list and grow our network even more, to be able to provide referrals for more folks, more travel
Right.
trainings, for more folks, more resources for more folks. So I think it's just going to be a matter of I don't know, orgs coming together, being creative, resourceful, learning how to work together. And Dr. Mack is always open to that and to having those conversations, whatever it takes to make sure our dollars stretch and our reach goes further.
Right.
Is there anyone else? All right. Well, if there isn't anyone else, I guess we're giving you back some of your day.
Good.
Bob, don't make it sound like you're ready to get rid of us.
No, I got to check more legislation.
We love you. Wraps up things for today. A huge thank you to everyone for jumping in and being such an active part of this conversation. We truly value your time and energy that you bring to this group. We can't wait to see you all again at our next meeting on March 4th, 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Until then, have a wonderful afternoon.
Right.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.